Real quick, before we get going, before I jump into the video, I want to say thank you to you all. I mean, 140 subscribers, that's to me, that's pretty crazy. To think that 140 people had subscribed to me and Uncharted Potential is, to me, it's that's crazy. And I want to say thank you, and I hope you guys stick around. A lot more to come, a lot more growth to happen, and just thanks. But let's get into the video. So my friend, he comes over a couple days a week. We both work together, but we both are remote, so we both work from home. You can probably see his stuff behind me, and we're both in this growth, this space of trying to become better for our friends, our families, and trying to build a business, entrepreneurship, the whole nine. And I was really anxious, or I am really anxious about kind of just how things are going in my life. I have a fear of the unknown, the fear of not knowing what's going to happen, of not knowing how it's going to work out, if it's going to work out, and yada yada yada. He explained it to me like this: you don't have to have the whole pie right now. And at first it didn't really make much sense. I didn't really get it. But he's like, okay, you have to think of life as a pie. He's like, in a weird sense, you have to think of life as a pie or a cake or a slice of pizza or even a pizza. He's like, you don't have to have the whole thing right now. He's like, you can have a bite here and there. He's like, then you can have a slice. Then you can have a couple slices. And then you can kind of maybe back off a little bit. And then you can come back and have a slice. Just relax. You can have a bite of the pie right now. And you can have a bite of it tomorrow. Maybe you can have another bite in a couple days from now. But he's like, you don't need to have the whole thing right now. That pie represents the whole picture, right? The whole picture. That means you've gone through everything you need to go through to build that goal that you're working on, and it's done, and you're ready to show it to the world, or you're already established, or everything is done. That represents the picture or the pie. If we give that to you, if God just gives it to you right now, could you handle it? Could you handle the entire picture? I know I couldn't. There's no way. I would get overwhelmed. I'd get stressed. I'd get even more anxiety. I'd start to overthink everything. I could not handle the whole picture right now. And that's okay, right? So instead of thinking about the whole picture and having it right away, right? Because we want to be done. We want a sense of urgency, right? I mean, shit, we're humans. We want things right away. We want things tomorrow. Instead of thinking like that, maybe think about still having the main picture, the whole pie, but breaking it into sections so you can focus on one section at a time, one bite of the pie at a time, and tackle those things. And then once those things are done, you can move on to the next slice and the next slice and then the next thing, and until you have the whole picture. Because until then, you're not ready for the whole picture. You're not ready for the whole pie, and that's okay. I think of all the possibilities of what this thing could be. I think of all the good things. I think of all the bad things. And I think of every possibility that could go right and also what could go wrong. Instead of just focusing on just like, okay, what's my next step? What's my next thing that I could be working on right now? And just simplifying it and just keeping it small. So then, because the small daily actions, that's what's going to get us there, right? That's what's going to get us to the whole picture. That's what's going to get us to the whole pie. And I thought maybe this would help somebody because it helped me. It helped simplify it in my brain. I tend to overcomplicate things, and it helped simplify it. Made it easier for me to understand. And why it had to be related to pie and pizza, I have no idea, but it worked, and I can remember that. But either way, if you guys like this, drop a like. If you guys didn't, let me know. Comment down below. That's why we're here. If this really resonated, consider subscribing to Uncharted Potential. This is where we grow. This is where we try and become our best selves, not only for ourselves but for others around us. Trying to build something that matters. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.